Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm just out this afternoon. I finally got those wires dug underground to carry from one side of the gate to the other with the electric fence. And I was going to use an old extension cord that I had, but I decided to just buy the correct wire that they make just for that. And they only come in a 50-foot roll, and I didn't need, but I did need almost that much for the two of them, so I got both of those done, and now I am going to run, I don't trust that battery operated one, the actual fence electric thingy, and so I'm going to use the plug-in one right now, and then when I plug it in, the whole top wire should be electrified, or whatever you call it, because I don't have the bottom two hooked up, but I've got everything on the top one. I just have to tie them all together, but I have to clear the grass and stuff off the bottom one, so I thought, you know what, let's play with the top one first, and if that one gets that one working good, theoretically it should work, but that doesn't mean it's going to. It's said to have a insulated wire for the ground, so I'm gonna do what they want. I can't figure out at this because it all comes around, and when you're standing on the ground and you touch it, it zaps you to ground you to get a shock. So does that mean that the one coming from the ground rod to it is also powered? I don't know. But just in case, I'm going to do what they want. I'm just doing this for temporary right now. I can see if everything works. I almost wish I had a brand new fencer, because you go through all the work of putting everything up, and then if the fencer is at all failing, I'm going to automatically think it's something that I did, where if it was a new one, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I can see that light flashing in there too. I wonder if I'll be able to see that from the house. So now I'll have to wait till it gets a little bit darker probably, and then take my tester and then run around and check all along to see if it works. Looking at this battery, it just says 0 for output. It'll run it for 65 hours. So if I just had a little 100 watt solar panel on something like this one here is waterproof, but I don't, it's, you know, 30 below, it's not going to probably work. So if I do go with this one here, I'll have to put a little roof over it. You know, you're supposed to keep these out of the weather. That solar one, you didn't have to, but I could easily just put something right over the top. That's why I kept it just below. Everywhere I test, I'm pulling over 4,000. So, in the last one we did, that's the end of the line. That's gone underground over there. I guess I have to test on the other side of the gate, but that feeds all of this. So, I'm pretty strong the whole way through. And then of course I just have to hook these up, and if those were flashing right now, I'd be freaking out because that can't happen. But I need to get the grass cut underneath here. I've got a weed right here that's Well, I'm going to leave that plugged in because I've been watching the deer. They're out in this pasture every morning. Usually I see them in the evening too. But anyway, I was watching them because how are they getting in and out? Are they jumping over or what? So I watched 3 nights ago, and they got over to that back corner by that, it's a big gate, you know, that's a electric fence gate, but they climbed through it. So now the top one will be on. Anyway, they're gonna get a rude awakening. Probably gonna mess up my fence that first time. I don't know. I watched Annie go through too the other day. She'll learn. Yeah, it looks good all over. So the main thing I have to do now is on 2 of the gates, this one and the one back there. I need to get a chain that's long enough. These don't go around, these square posts, so I need to get a new chain on there. And I guess we're ready for cows. I'm hoping that when it gets dark out, I can see this light from the back, that back porch when I stick my head outside. I was even thinking you should be able to wire something to here and just put a little light bulb on top with just a little, I don't know, whatever, and it flashes so I know it's working. I was gone most of the day today. Then when I got home this afternoon, I washed my truck. It's been a long time since I washed it, and every time I think about washing it, I think, well, if it rains with that dirt road, one time up and down and the whole thing is covered in, you know, it's just a mess. But, let's see, 2 days from now I bring Melissa to the airport. The following day I have to drive down for a family event. It's granddaughter Rose's birthday, so my mom and dad will be there, and then the following weekend is my dad's 81st birthday party and their 60th wedding anniversary. So I'll be driving down for that. So it was just time to wash my truck. Today it made it up to 81 degrees. I think tomorrow it's supposed to get up to 78 degrees, and then by tomorrow night rain comes in. And then over the next like 2 days, starting tomorrow night, we're supposed to get like 1.5 inches of rain. So it'll cool down and not be as nice as it was today, but it's been a few days since it rained on the garden, so I'm sure it won't hurt anything. Good morning, everybody. I'm just running in to get my oil changed and my fuel filters changed today, and then I want to get my tires rotated. Just getting a few things done because I have a lot of driving to do in the next week. Well, I'm back home. It was a very long day. It's almost 7 o'clock. I got home maybe 45 minutes ago. Went up, got my oil changed, and had to do the fuel filters this time. $477. But I only have to do those fuel filters, you know, once or twice a year, so it kind of hurts when you do it, but I've got so much driving to do in the next couple of weeks that's good. Got the tires rotated, so everything's good. And then I'm watching them. I'm standing outside because I'm antsy. I want to get out of there, and because the oil change place is right next to the tire place. And I'm watching him put these tires on, and he's putting the back one on. And I go up and I tell him, I said, hey, he's putting this thing on right here, but he's putting this one there, the one I had to cut out so I can get at my lockouts. And I tell him, and he just looks at me like I'm a stupid and keeps putting it on. So then I had to go in and tell one of the people that were at the desk, and they went out there and they had to switch them around. They had them wrong on both sides, you know, because they put front to back and just kept the plastic on there. What I want to do right now is I want to go get the mower off the tractor. With all that rain coming, everything's going to be wet. I'm not going to put it back there. I'm just going to drop it in the back somewhere in the pasture that isn't finished yet, because one of these days that guy's going to call and say, hey, your bales are ready to go, and he's going to start hauling them over here, and I'm going to still have that mower on and still have to put that bale spear on the bucket. So I want to get that done before everything gets wet and I'm trying to move stuff around. little sidetracked bringing the tractor up to the garage. I thought, you know what, it hasn't really rained all that much. Let's see if we can get through here. Remember, it was so wet earlier. So, because this is where this fence line is going to come through. So that's the part I pushed from that side, and then I'll just have to clean this up a little bit more. But I mean, it's a little after 8 now, but push this over like this, and then I can just come straight through here, come right up through here, and then cut through here and around to this blueberry patch right here. And then I'm going straight down in there a ways and then over. And then I'll catch up on that side where we went into the woods a couple videos ago. I have a few logs to move out of the way here. I gotta start cutting on this in the next week or two. And so then I can just go straight back with the tractor here, just clean this whole mess up. I better get inside. I can hear Melissa now. I can't believe I'm leaving tomorrow for over a week. And you're not in here talking to me. You're out there on the tractor. Cows need somewhere to go. Good morning, everybody. 6:45. I got a bunch of running to do today for work, and then it started raining about 20 minutes ago, and it's coming down good, and it sounds like it's going to rain for a good part of the day. So me washing my truck the other day, this quarter mile of dirt is going to make it completely grimy. They had the road blocked off right here. They were working on it. I think they were putting in a new culvert. So I think they're starting to do stuff on this road, and I think next year they will probably pave it again. Wish it would just stay dirt. I don't mind it. It's just less traffic. You know what's weird? You know when you used to bring your vehicle in and get new tires or get them rotated, they would always say to stop back 100 miles later or whatever so they could check them for how tight they are, which I never did anyway, but they never ask that anymore. When they did these tires yesterday, he told me, he said we put 80 pounds in the back tires of air pressure and 60 or 65 in the front. This thing rides like a tank today. Usually I keep it between 55 and 60. And it really smooths out the ride, so I'm going to have to do some air pressure adjusting. Well, I made it back home. Ended up being a more busy day than I thought it was. It's just about almost 10 minutes after 4, and the guy just messaged me in at 4:25. They're supposed to show up with the round bales. I'm going to have them come through here, go between the garden and the boiler, go out in the field over there, turn around and come back up, and then drop it off in the field. And then once I get that bale spear on later, because we're just going to roll it off the trailer, and then we can, once I get the bale spear on and I'm ready, I'll put the pallets down over on the other side of the greenhouse, wherever I'm pointing, and I can stack them right there. But for right now, I just want them out in the field a little bit so they can sit there and I can get everything ready. Well, the first 10 bales are here. I got 10 more coming. They'll be here in about probably a half hour or so. When I told Melissa that the bales are coming today, she says they're gonna rut up the yard because it's so wet. I says, nah, it'll be fine. She has too much to do today since we're leaving in the morning for the airport, she won't come out and see it. It'll pop up by the time she gets home. I hope. Well, I got Melissa down to the airport this morning. And right now she flew down there, and now the plane landed and everything, and now she's waiting for a shuttle to get her over to pick up her rental car. The feels like temperature down there right now is 108 degrees. I think it's like 68 here right now. Tomorrow morning now I have to leave at about 8. Today driving down, I drove down, you know, and everything, and then dropped her off and came up here, and the traffic coming back was horrible because everybody's going up north. You know, school is going to be starting in about 2 weeks or so here, so everybody's getting up north for the last couple of times before school. So I had about 6 hours of total driving, and now tomorrow morning I have to leave. I have to be for Zachary and Samantha. It's Rose's birthday party tomorrow, so I'll see my mom and dad, Zach, Sam, and Rose. Emily's going to be there with her 3 kids, my daughter Emily, which you guys never see very often. I think Sarah's going to be there. Zach and Sam, they rent a pavilion thing at a park, and it's inside, so. And then, of course, my ex-wife will be there, my ex-in-laws. I haven't talked to them for a while. They're getting very elderly, so it's always really nice to talk to them. But it'll be another at least 5 hours in the truck, 5-6 hours, so another day of driving. But it's supposed to be fairly nice tomorrow, like 76. So it should be a good day for it. And then once I get back up here, then it's like, yay, no more driving until next Saturday when I'll drive down to my folks's for that party, and then from there go to the airport and get Melissa and get back up here. I'm washing my clothes right now for tomorrow. We left here this morning at 9:15, and right now it is exactly 8:30, and she just made it to her daughter's. So long day for her, and she didn't eat anything all day until after the plane. When she got up, and she stopped in Laplace at the Canes and got the box with the lemonade. She's exhausted. I need to shut the chicken door on Sunday. Last week Sunday we brought the garbage down for Monday morning pickup. Go check and make sure everybody's in there. Anyway, when I got up Monday morning, I looked out there before the garbage man came, and a bear tipped over the garbage. It was spread out all over. I had to pick it all up, and I could see the bear tracks in the dirt road. So since I got the little chickens, there's only, well, now they're almost full grown, but in the turkeys too. But only one day have I forgot to shut this door at night, and it happened to be the night, because I didn't feel good, remember, last weekend at all. and it happened to be the night that the bear tipped over the garbage can, and I was so worried that it had got in here and did some damage, but it never did. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm filling up the pool in here. That's all I do for water for them right now. I don't fill up the waterers. I'll do that in the winter. Well, I got 8 eggs tonight. I didn't collect them yesterday, so that's 2 days worth. This whole day has been like this. Like the sun would come, once I got home it was just been cloudy, but the sun would be out for a little bit and then it would rain. And then it'd be this hard misting rain. Just monotonous crap. It's just been such a wet and cold summer this year. And I know other parts of the country you guys are watching and you're just getting you know, scorched with the sun and no rain, but not up here. Good morning, everybody. Just starting my drive down to Rose's birthday party. I was in bed last night about 10:30. And I was tired and I thought for sure I would sleep until 5 o'clock this morning. Nope, 3:48. It's just like every day it's been 3:48. I was up and there was no more going to sleep. Well, it looks like we're here. Looks like my mom and dad are already here. Happy birthday, dear Rosie. Happy birthday to you. That's about 2.5 hours later and I'm heading home. I got home about 5:30, and now it's about 10 after 6. I think I'm going to move my truck and bring the tractor over there. I have to cut a little bit of that centerpiece out of the bucket to be able to get that bale spear, and I just want to kind of get it slipped on there because my bucket kind of curves up on the one side, but I think it's still going to be okay. Well, I'm going to have to cut this little bolt off of here. This thing doesn't have to be very far on here. And it's not going to get very far on here because look at this. This is the original bucket. All this has been welded on. Look at how this is. The other bottom, look at here. How it's been all crunched up and they just welded it onto another piece of steel underneath it. So it's a lot thicker than it used to be. But if I can get it to get on here just a little, and it's bent. So if I can get it to get on just a little bit, then the chain does everything else. Both chains will hold it on. I don't really feel like doing that tonight. I really don't. Oh, I'm going to have to get this built out this week too. I was trying to think here if I wanted to build the furnace into the stanchion area so it's not so loud in here, and then just run the ductwork through it, but it sucks air from this side. And I mean, I suppose I could cut a hole on this side and cover that up, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll just build my wall straight across here. And then figure it out, put some of that metal that I got on the ceiling. And yeah, I got a lot to do this weekend. The thing is, I don't feel like doing any of it today, so. Now you guys can see why I screwed everything together. Because I hate doing things twice. And of course I'm doing this twice. I think this is the third time I've done this one. And much easier to take apart when it's screwed together versus nailed together. A couple of months ago I was down in the basement. I was playing around with a sump pump or fans or something down there. Anyway, this is one of the cords that I had down there. And I was plugging something in, and all of a sudden it went bzzz, and flames came shooting out of this end of it. And these yellow cords with the black ends are the worst for that, the plug-in side. I mean, this is an old cord, but eventually this is going to fail. So I was going to just cut it up and use it for getting the electric fence from one side of the gate to the other. I was just going to bury this underground and pop it up and use one of the, same color on both sides and hook it up. And instead, in fact, I even bought a new cord when I was at the store on this one day last week, because I needed another cord. I need to run a cord from the workshop or from the guest house to the electric fence, because I'm just going to run the electric one, and if I go from there over, it's nowhere that I plow in the winter so it can sit there. But anyway, then I thought, you know what, I'm going to get ends for this and just switch out the ends, because the cord is just fine, but the ends are bad. Otherwise, eventually the cord will probably just get tossed. Well, the cord works good now. Got that plate cut out of there, so that's going to be the new walkway into this area. I'll pull out this box and get that out of the way. And that's all I'm going to do out here tonight. I'm going to go inside and edit actually on this video right here, so I'm partway done with it before I finish. And so I can get it uploaded maybe tomorrow or the next day. That clock needs new batteries. It's getting dim, 7:27. I'm going to go inside and spend ghoulies on, and I'll edit for a while and keep the dogs company. They're kind of lost without Melissa here. I mean, I feed them, make sure they have water, give them their medication, and say no a lot. Every time she gets home from work, they are just all over her. Good morning, everybody. I've just been inside editing on that video. I want to get it done and get it uploaded and ready to go by 5 o'clock tonight, but it's going to waste over half the day to get it done. But now I'm going to run up, though. I want to, I think I want to barbecue spare ribs or country style ribs or something. And I have to get some carpet cleaner. I don't have enough. I want to steam clean the carpet in the living room and bedroom sometime this week. Okay, everyone, well, thanks a lot for watching. I think I'll end this one right now because this is going to be a busy week and there'll be plenty of stuff going on for the next one. I will see you guys on the next video.